There's an ICE shooting that just happened in Minneapolis, and it is absolutely unhinged. And this is why it's important that people be trained to do the work of this kind of thing, to hold weapons in public. Training is essential to be able to react to situations. When you are the one holding a gun, you have to be able to react in a way that is measured and responsible, because if you are a public figure, and again, probably shouldn't be wearing masks because you are accountable to the public and should be accountable to the public. However, you are also holding a firearm, and there's going to be a large debate over whether this is raw murder or whether this person was acting in self-defense. And I can't give a straight answer on that because I'm not in the situation, and the video I will not show here is pretty gruesome and makes it at this point a little bit harder to assess which one it was. All I will say is that this is out of control. I'm wondering if we have crossed the Rubicon, or if this event is the manifestation of a Rubicon that was already crossed when ICE was given the budget larger than most militaries in the world. And now we have armed citizens, armed troops walking streets who are supposed to be acting in the public responsibility, but are just being hired because they have all this money to spend, and they're trying to use it all and get as many people in boots and fatigues as they can to patrol the streets. But the issue is that, are these people ready to hold the responsibility of having a firearm? Are these people ready to have the responsibility of policing essentially the streets? And even though there might be a perceived threat, it doesn't always warrant the most extreme action. And I feel really sorry for the families who have people who are in ICE that they are scared for their lives. And I really feel sorry for people who are protesting, putting their lives on the line to express their right to assemble, their freedom to assemble. And it's putting all Americans in just a really terrible spot right now, where there is just chaos and the potential for instability. And I wrote the other day about stochastic terrorism, which is essentially the use of rhetoric to create an unstable environment that ups the probability of a violent reaction happening or something violent happening. And in order to really understand that the rhetoric people are facing, the rhetoric politicians are using to activate people, and the ideological extremism now being mixed with a cocktail of people with arms, people walking around armed and ready to kidnap and deport people and react negatively to protests against those deportations. It's creating a hostile environment in this country. And then what does the world think of this? What does the world see? And they see instability. They see America becoming a country that we once morally projected upon, and now we are becoming that country. Nothing good is going to come of this, and we're only at the beginning of 2026, and we have an election at the end of this year, and we have another presidential election in 2 years. And the last time we tried to have a peaceful transfer of power with the person in office right now, it ended in a riot, which we celebrated the 5th anniversary of yesterday. We have to pray for this nation. Keep it in your thoughts, however you pray, whatever higher power you believe in, benevolent higher power. This is becoming a very, very unstable and sad situation. And we all want to be able to bring children into a world that is stable. And right now, what are we giving our kids when we're just seeing escalation all around us in this manner? Subscribe to Stew on This, stewonthis.com. I do a daily newsletter, And also, sometimes these videos, hopefully, they're helpful. Hopefully, you find a space and community that says that you are sane, that you are right to feel the uncertainty and hostility of this time, and just be your best self. You can probably hear my cat in the background meowing. I think he wants a treat. Time to give him a treat, and we'll stay up to date on this ice situation.